good. Okay, very good.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Monday, February 8th, 2021, episode number 620. This is also Super Bowl Monday, fellas, so don't know if you know a little bit about commute life, but Super Bowl Monday, everybody's hungover, all right? So don't feel bad if you're listening to this and you're like got glassy eyes and you're worried that everybody's going to judge you at work, because everybody else should also be in the same boat.
I used to take this day off in the corporate world.
A lot of people do. A lot of good bosses give this day off, you know? Congrats to you if you're one of the people who's just sitting at home yucking it up, laughing at all the other people at work. But
little obvious to take this day off.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not hiding anything.
Yeah, no, it's like an advanced sick day. You're like,
I'm
I'm going to
a
take a
cry
sick
for
day.
help.
It's an announcement. Well, I mean, if you're not drinking during the Super Bowl, you better be a recovering alcoholic. That's all I have to say.
If somebody's as cheery as they've ever been on the morning of Super Bowl Monday, you don't need to know them anyways. Just steer clear of them. Like,
but yeah, we don't know who won because we recorded this before. We're just going to assume. Do you guys want to throw out a team that won, and then we'll sound really stupid if we're wrong, or do you want to?
Oh, I guarantee a Tampa Bay win.
On three.
I guarantee. Yeah. Okay, count us down. Count us down.
Okay, there it is. Tampa on three. Say who won. 3, 2, 1.
Kansas
Tampa
City.
Bay.
Kansas
Huge
City.
for the Chiefs.
Big game for the Chiefs. Yeah.
Brady retires. That's it.
All right. Well,
Wes likes a fairy tale ending. He likes it that way.
That's right.
He hasn't been paying attention the last year. The world don't play that.
Well, we'll see how it plays out. Well, also, this is in advance. Congrats to whoever won the Super Bowl prop sheet for Hardo Hive. We'll announce that tomorrow. All right, let's get it going. We got 8 stories to get to in 40 minutes. Let's start with the political lightning round. First in the lightning round is the malarkey minute for old Joey B. Cher and the media at large are gushing about having the Bidens and their doggos, their precious doggos in the White House. Lots of coverage about that. Meanwhile, Joe
Champ
Zilla,
and Champ 2? Is it Champ and Maximus?
Major and Champ, I believe. Meanwhile, Joe Zilla himself is pushing to limit the amount of information former President Trump is briefed on regarding national security. He says, that guy's crazy. He doesn't need this info. And then also his campaign is the subject of a very strange Time magazine piece that describes his campaign as a well-funded cabal that put pressure on social media to censor Trump, and they're extremely proud of it, Time magazine. So really weird, and like confirming all of conspiracy theorists' people's worst fears. So
they use the term cabal?
Cabal. Yeah, it's in there.
I clicked on that.
Well-funded cabal of powerful people ranging across industries and ideologies working together to censor Trump and save the American people. Literally, the article.
We got MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, backing off the QAnon stuff, and now Time is throwing out cabal.
Salt in the wound. Yeah,
that is
just poking the eye of all conspiracy theorists. Parkland survivor David Hogg is aiming to go after MyPillow, the conservative company with the MyPillow guy, with his own money-making, progressive pillow company scheme. Obviously that's totally on the level. This is just to me, David Hogg versus MyPillow guy is just an apt depiction of where we are with American politics in a nutshell. Great story. All right, next up in the lightning round is a mayoral candidate in New York City. Her name is Nicole Maliotakis. Nicole Maliotakis.
She looks Greek. Sounds Greek.
Malatkis.
Okay, Greek and Cuban, daughter of Greek and Cuban immigrants running for mayor of New York City against Andrew Yang, and she hangs this picture of portrait that she made of Ronald Reagan in her office.
Did Ronald Reagan draw that when he was
Hangs
dying?
proudly, yeah. Once he had the
Jimmy
dementia, yeah. It's horrible. She posted this thing on Twitter. She's proud of it. It is the worst sketch I've ever seen.
It looks like the Cristiano Ronaldo statue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's bad. She's going to get smoked by Andrew Yang. I don't know if Yang's going to win, but he's going to do better than Nicole. Next up, speaking of
drawing
Marjorie
contest, it's almost guaranteed, I think.
Yeah, you got to check out Twitter to see the picture. Speaking of Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG says she's got a lot of free time on her hands after being booted from committee. Matt Gaetz also says that he needs to smoke a cig after watching her performance defending herself last week. It was sexual to Matt. And also there's this video of Marjorie Taylor Greene just rubbing down cardboard Trump's crotch that's resurfacing ever since she's gotten in trouble. So Bubba's just playing that if you're watching on youtube.com/hardfactornews. For the video accompaniment.
This guy right here is great.
Oh, here
Get up in there in the mucky swamp. Diane always has them in the swamp. Yeah.
She's going right for that crotch.
But it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Rubbing
Whoa.
that crotch. He's doing such hard work down there in the mucky swamp. So, she's got to give him a little bit of a attaboy,
She's sealing out the creases.
Yeah. Making sure that cardboard thing is flat.
She's a lot of fun.
What isn't sexual to Matt Gaetz, though?
Why? The guy's so
everything's
horned up.
sexual.
There's got to be a sex scandal coming out of Gates camp. There's got to be.
Well, no one's going to be surprised, right?
Nestor, everything.
MTG, she seems like a candidate. We'll see. She's got a lot of time on her hands. On the international front, politically real quick, Myanmar has just gone ahead and shut off the internet because people are mad about the coup. So they're just like, all right, no more internet. You can't talk about it anymore. And shockingly, this is the worst story of all. Jamaica is facing a weed shortage due to unfavorable weather and a reduction in production and an increase in demand. All COVID-related stuff, it sounds like. COVID years really are the worst. Jamaican weed shortage.
Guys, let's not pretend that Jamaica has the best weed in the world because they absolutely do fucking not. Yeah,
but still,
they helped popularized marijuana.
You'd still expect them to have plenty.
Pat, this is like your story. This is why Tampa Bay probably didn't win. It's not a fairy tale ending in 2020 or 2021. Jamaica's out of weed. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Also, one of the highest times I've ever been in my life was in Jamaica. Granted, I was like 15, but I was
They get you young.
absolutely destroyed.
You can't use that anecdotal piece of evidence. Granted, when you were 15, right? You got very high. Wes gets very high at 15.
Still to this day, probably one of the
Jamaica
highest times.
weed.
Still to this day.
Jamaica's weed definitely packs a punch. It's like swaggy, but it's strong.
It was real sticky, real
The
nice
weed I
and
got
sticky.
There, it was like fucking still wet.
Yeah, it
Like,
was.
picked out of the
Oh
fucking.
well, that's not.
rainforest.
You just got a bad bag. It sounds like.
I'll accept that.
You got to get a better. You
Give it another shot, Pat, whenever they get their weed back.
Yeah, once they
all those
start growing again.
Great outdoor growing conditions they have there in Jamaica.
Don't call it a comeback on Jamaican weed. I'm buying low on Jamaican weed for sure if they got stock. And it's not been a great time in these COVID years, but you know what the best gift is to give in times like these when memories of brighter times are the most important? You know what it is,
A
fellas?
painting.
You're damn right. It's an exquisite hand-painted portrait from Paint Your Life, the absolute classiest and most meaningful gift you could possibly give somebody that will definitely remind them of brighter days. Paint Your Life has been with Hard Factor since the early days, and like all of our long-term sponsors, they're legit products that work and are used extremely successfully by members of the Hardo Hive and millions more.
We got three DMs this weekend asking what the paintyourlife.com promo
text.
code is. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm about to give it.
Yeah.
Get a professional hand-painted portrait created from any photo at a truly affordable price. Choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every single detail in the hand painting is perfect. The user-friendly platform lets you make a custom order hand-painted portrait in less than 5 minutes. It's a quick and easy process. Get the portrait in about 3 weeks from the time you start the process. Any picture you want or a combination of photos. The options are endless at paintyourlife.com. There is no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now is a limited time offer. Get 20% off your painting. 20% off, that's right. That's a big discount. And free shipping, which is almost a bigger discount with a big-ass painting. To get this special offer, text the word FACTOR to 64,000. Again, text FACTOR to 64,000. That's what it is, Mark. That's what we need to let the people know. That's FACTOR to 64,000. Text that to get the best deal possible on Paint Your Life. Celebrate the moments that matter most.
Nice.
There it is.
I don't know about you guys, but MyPillow, I'm convinced that it's one of those things. Like, I don't think anyone actually uses it once they get it. It's the worst pillow in the whole fucking world, but I think everyone has maybe tried it out and it just sits in their closet. Have you guys ever tried one of those
gift
things?
thing. It's like a
It's awful.
television gift specialty. Apparently, Hogg has the recipe to take down the MyPillow. It's just a mess. It's
Guys,
terrible.
the hack is this: old people hurt, okay, and they also lose interest in pretty much everything but work. So they don't have hobbies. Therefore, it's hard to buy gifts for them. Therefore, things that help them hurt less sell really well. This is it's time tested. That's why Sharper Image exists, pretty much.
Well, I mean, he's a billionaire now, but his pillows suck.
What does it say about me if I've got a lot of Sharper Image products?
It means that you hurt, Will, and then you need to let people know what your real hobbies are.
No, because Sharper Image store is amazing. It just means that you love to go into Sharper Image.
I
and
do.
You are...
I would always go.
Oh,
as
you're
a
buying
kid,
them for
I would
you.
always. They would have to kick me off of the fucking
Exactly.
massage chair.
Yeah.
I was a mess in that store.
I'm a big blanket guy. If you got a My Blanket, I'm in.
There you go. All right, guys, we are recording this before the Super Bowl, as we said, so we're not sure the outcome. But one thing is for sure, Chiefs linebacker coach Britt Reid, the son of Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, probably won't be all there mentally today or physically. Actually, he won't be at the game at all, as he's got other things on his mind. Mentally, he will be like a man with a severely swollen testicle.
Oh no!
He's gonna be really, really
Hey,
worried.
I'm doing better.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark,
Yeah.
listen to Stereo. Download the Stereo app. Mark went through his health scares. It was.
I'm better now.
You're feeling good. You're
Better than
deflated?
Britt Reid.
Yeah, much better than Britt Reid. Yeah. Anyway, he's got a lot on his mind after a car crash he was involved in Thursday near Arrowhead Stadium. Here's the news video, Bubba, if you want to let that rip.
Story with Chiefs linebacker coach Britt Reid. Police in Kansas City say Reid, the son of Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, was involved in a multi-vehicle crash near Arrowhead Stadium on Thursday night that sent 2 children to the hospital. Reid told one officer he had consumed 2 to 3 alcoholic drinks. Now, Reid has not been charged with a crime at this time. Police say a 5-year-old remains in critical condition. A 4-year-old child was also injured in that crash. The Chiefs in a statement said they're aware of the incident and their prayers are with everyone involved. Britt Reid will not be with the team in Tampa.
Okay. All right.
I did not know the kid was in critical condition.
Yeah, it's we'll get to Britt's lies in a little bit. So according to the report,
Translate 2 to 3 beers, what that really means.
you mean 7 or 8. Is what it means. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. According to the report, a Chevy Impala had broken down on the ramp. They called for family members to come help them. That car parked behind the Impala, and then Reid with his Dodge Ram, obviously intoxicated, came flying around and struck both vehicles. And yeah, the 4-year-old went to the hospital, and this 5-year-old
So he pushed a car that was helping into a car that was broken down.
Yeah, something like that. I think they had changed the little girls to the car behind. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, this poor 5-year-old girl, Ariel, is fighting for her life. There's a picture. And the title says it all. Ariel, 5 years, critically hurt in suspected DUI crash. And I think, suspected is a light term for it. And she's raised over $160,000.
He admitted he was at least drinking.
He said 2 to 3 beers. So here's the problem is that, like Pat said, 2 to 3. I mean, I remember up until about, 5, 6. Then I start to be like, I don't know if I can, whatever. But you remember if you've had 1, 2, or 3 drinks, right? It's not like 2 to 3. You remember those. He also said that he has
That's
a
a good
prescription.
point. You don't forget if it was 2 or 3.
You
No,
remember
you don't.
exactly. Look, you remember exactly how many drinks you had the second you collide with the car.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
and
maybe if you, like Wes said, if you had enough, you won't remember. But yeah, like if you had
after
2 or
6,
3.
yeah,
You'll run
after
it back
6
through
you
your
can
head.
get into the
Yeah.
Yeah, you can try, but I mean, if you're pounding beers at the bar after like 6, you're like, I don't know, 6, 7, whatever. But also, he admitted that he has a prescription to Adderall. So this is a classic case where he was probably on some Adderall, and we all know that Adderall, if you're drinking, you think you can do a lot more, and you don't think you're as drunk as you really are. You're like, oh, yeah, I feel
It gives
great.
you a lot of false confidence when you're
Gives
drinking.
you a lot of false confidence, and I think that's what happened here. Maybe because police said that he reeked of alcohol. They also said his eyes were bloodshot. They gave him a field sobriety test. They said that he was demonstrating signs that he was definitely intoxicated. So they took some blood samples. He was then later taken to a hospital because he was complaining of stomach injuries from the accident, I guess. He's had several DUI contacts, is what the article said. Bubba, maybe you can explain what the fuck that means. Sounds like he got pulled over on suspicion and let go a bunch of times.
Bunch of Chiefs fans,
right.
Got pulled over by is what happened,
Right.
or Eagles
Right.
fans, or wherever his dad was coaching. Really,
Exactly. That's what I thought
When
too.
they get that idea, they're like, Reed? Like Andy?
Yeah.
Where
Where are you going?
You're one of Reed's boys, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's we better get you home, folks.
I mean, him
Focusing
being
on
a
Sunday.
chubby ginger is dead giveaway too. They see that. They see the combo.
This is tough.
Name and the look.
This is a tough story. I'm a huge Andy Reid fan. Huge. I don't know. It's kind of mean to say, but was he spending too much time in the coaching rooms?
Sure. I mean, his other son, right? There's the history
killed
here.
himself, right?
So,
Like
I think he died of a drug overdose potentially.
This
I don't
is
recall
alarming.
Exactly.
This is sad. This is alarming.
Yeah.
I don't have too many jokes about it. I would like to switch my team to. I hope the Tampa Bay Bucks won now.
Oh, you know what I was thinking to sort of change pace on this. You know how I was saying like maybe I should drink paint if the Bucks win. Well, how about this instead? That's a less toxic thing. I could do Bic the head and do a goatee and do the Bruce Arians look. I could even wear a Kangol.
This is another one of those things
Yeah,
that
you want to
Will
wear the
just
hat.
wants to do it.
Will wants to wear the Kangol hat.
He's got the
Just do the
aviators.
Bruce Arians for a week.
What if I?
Yeah, I like it, Will.
Sure.
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
sounds good. So yeah,
It's
if you want to
more
donate,
fun than talking about Andy Reid's kids.
Yeah,
if you
no
want
shit.
to, if you want to donate to this little girl, they've already raised over $63,000 for the 100,000. But yeah, she's still. I'm not gonna. I'll spare you the pictures of her with tubes connected to her and all that.
Oh,
shit.
thanks.
Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
All right, guys. Although Donald Trump did not win re-election, and in not doing so, he really, really disappointed thousands of boomers who were still learning the internet and didn't understand that Q was actually proven to be that weirdo guy that runs 8chan and lives in the Philippines for sex reasons, and not some sort of high-level government insider who has a Biff Tannen-like almanac that never seems to come through.
Is that true? Q lives
yeah.
in the Philippines.
Yeah. Remember there was two guys who started 8chan. There was the guy
Yeah.
who's disabled, and
there
then there
was-
was like the guy that lives there for sex reasons.
Yeah.
Intern Cam.
They know
texted
that's Q, though?
A picture of a guy named like Jeff Daniels or something.
Pretty sure. Okay.
Jeff Daniels.
No, he's
actor?
definitely
It was some common name like that.
Wes. We should read the article. He's cute. But guys, that isn't stopping Trump from price gouging this group of idiots in an ironic flex. March 4th, guys, is
right.
the day that they say that all the QAnon fools have marked in their Q diary for Trump to be sworn in as president. And as a result, Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. has almost tripled their rates for rooms on March 3rd and 4th.
I'm sure that's probably. I saw this when it's probably some kind of automated thing that their system does when
Supply and
the demand
demand.
goes up.
Supply
But
and
yeah,
demand.
like it's hilarious that many Q people think he's going to be sworn in March 4th. Like where they're triggering the fucking 4x price at the Trump Hotel.
Guys, if you're wondering why they think that Trump is for sure going to be sworn in on the 4th, I'm going to read you this next part. This is from Business Insider. The reason why QAnon supporters place so much importance on March 4th is rooted in the bizarre beliefs of the, quote, sovereign citizen movement, or the sovereign citizen movement. It believes that Americans are not subject to a variety of federal laws, and the basis for this belief is the idea that a law enacted in 1871 secretly turned the U.S. into a corporation rather than a nation.
Yep.
Uh,
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that's not true.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Consequently,
Obviously, it's on the Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, consequently.
So far pacing, checking.
this is the best part.
tracking.
If you
They
read it.
view every president inaugurated since as illegitimate, and they don't have to follow U.S. laws. They believe that the last
Since
president,
1872. Okay,
yeah,
who was it?
Ulysses S. Grant was the last legit president.
Oh,
Yeah, the rest.
That's
of
what
them
I've heard.
State puppets. So yeah, the sovereign citizens movement. The Q kind of blended with it. I don't fucking know. Taken to the internet, guys. Q Daddy Michigan said Q never said anything about these high lodging prices.
This is just a way for them to feel like legitimized for not paying taxes. I mean, that's all it is, right?
I don't know what the
they
fuck
just
it
like
is.
yeah, they're sovereign citizen.
Yeah.
That's why I
what
don't
they
pay
say.
my taxes.
Yeah, I don't pay my taxes. I'm sovereign.
I think they just look forward to certain events, and this is a big one, right? March 4th, and
They
then after
love
that,
drinking
there'll be
and
another
storming
thing.
the Capitol if they get drunk enough.
Yeah, just pick a sports team. This is pretty much what sports is about, guys. It's about something to look forward to.
Exactly.
Yeah, once you storm the Capitol, though,
I'm gonna start getting involved in
How-
Q. I'm gonna start getting involved in Q because I'm lonely.
That's the biggest question: is how many of these are repeats from the January 6th? I bet a shitload are.
100%.
Yeah, like
It's
they're
100%.
They want. They're back for more. Got a little taste.
Is that it, Pat?
That's it.
All right, guess what, guys? You're not going to believe this, but the doctor that treated Alexei Navalny for his poisoning, effectively saving his life, has dropped dead suddenly.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
He was so old, too, right? And frail?
He was. Yeah, no one knows what happened to the 55-year-old that was seemingly in good shape, but they're going with maybe heart attack. Mm-hmm. Maybe. Sergei Maximishin, which is a pretty badass name, died. He was the deputy chief physician at the Omsk Emergency Hospital that immediately treated Navalny following the poisoning of his underpants in the crotch, and he's dead now. Leonid Volkov, chief of staff of Navalny, who was just sentenced to 2.5 years in jail, had this to say: Maximishin knew more than anyone else about Alexei's condition, so I can't dismiss the possibility of foul play. No shit. However, Russia's healthcare system is very poor, and it's not uncommon for doctors of his age to suddenly die. I doubt there will be any investigation into his death.
Especially from window deaths.
That makes no sense whatsoever. That makes the least sense ever.
Pat, 55-year-old doctors in Russia die so frequently of
Because of the
deaths.
poor healthcare system.
Yeah, I think what he was
he's
doing there,
blaming
Pat,
his death on himself. Is what they're doing.
I think what he was doing there is he said, we can't dismiss possibility of foul play, and then they ended it with there won't be an investigation. So he threw in that the possibility of it being not foul play, so that people wouldn't go out in the streets and protest and get arrested like they have been, probably.
Which they still will, probably.
Yeah.
It seems like that's not stopping.
But yeah, he goes, I doubt there'll be any investigation into his death. I doubt so too. Also, I have a feeling this is the beginning of the constant heartbreaking news Putin will be hand delivering to Navalny and wherever he's keeping him with his eyes pinned open like in a Clockwork Orange film. He's just watching a constant loop of Putin's thugs assaulting his wife and kids. How's the entertainment? Your life-saving doctor friend has suddenly dropped dead.
Jeez.
German Putin strikes again.
Yeah. German Putin's back.
German Putin is getting Navalny. So
oh, what's on the TV? Oh, it's your family getting assaulted by my thugs. Oh.
Drugs.
Do you have a picture of Navalny,
Tough
Bubba?
for Navalny.
Yeah, that's him right there.
That's
He's
the one.
throwing up the heart.
That's making the heart over his chest behind the glass in the courtroom.
He knows that everyone in his life is about to suddenly drop dead and not get investigated how they died. What else is going on in Russia in relation to this Navalny mess? Well, Russia has expelled 3 diplomats from Germany, Sweden, and Poland for joining protests in support of the of Navalny on January 23rd. So I guess. Yeah, the Russian, German, or the Sweden, German, and Poland diplomats that were living in Russia got involved in the protests, and now they're expelled. Hundreds of thousands of people took place in the week-long protests from January 23rd to the 31st. Several thousand were arrested and reprogrammed. Yeah,
They should be counting their lucky stars. They just got expelled. You know, what I mean, that's like they did them a favor.
But these are diplomats. These are actually citizens
from other countries.
I know.
Yeah.
You think that Putin's going to just start offing diplomats? I don't think he's going to go that far. He's just.
You don't? Okay.
I mean, I would hope not. It seems like him kicking them out of the country is like just part of his crackdown. He's just
people are not happy they were kicked out. It's denounced by those countries plus the UK, France, I assume the US as well. The expulsions were announced just a few hours after EU Foreign Chief Joseph Borrell met Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in Moscow, and the theory is that they just waited till the EU chief foreign affair guy was there to say, and we're expelling all these people. We're Russia. Fuck you. Like they purposely waited till he was in town.
Hey, at least they waited. It is. I agree with Wes. It says this is actually courteous.
It is.
They could have just offed him.
They could have,
It's
yeah.
true.
Anyone on the street can just kill these guys, and they blame it on just murder.
If you
it's the Russian healthcare system.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to us about Navalny or anything else, and you haven't done so already, you need to literally multitask for me real quick and go to the App Store on your phone and download the Stereo app. Stereo is completely free to use, and it's where you can not only catch our free weekly Wednesday and Friday after the podcast bonus shows, but you can be a part of it with us. You're basically a co-host with us, and so far we've had a ton of people joining us with questions and commentary that has really made the shows a lot of fun for us to do on Stereo. So download the Stereo app and follow us at stereo.com/hardfactormark, hardfactorwest, Hard Factor Will at Pat Cassidy, and at Pat Cassidy, and you will get notifications when we go live, which is every Wednesday and Friday afternoon at a minimum. So Wednesdays and Fridays, remember that. I'll play you a sample from the last Friday cooldown with Wes and I at the end of this podcast, and you'll see what we mean with the live interaction from listeners.
Fun.
So get the app.
The Stereo app is fucking awesome. It's very
Hell
fun.
yeah. Hell yeah. That's it.
I think you're up, Will.
Hey, will you take us to your favorite place?
Oh, that's where we're going?
Yeah.
Time to head back down under, fellas. And it's a bad trip indeed this time, unfortunately. I reckon this is one of the worst blokes we'll ever talk about here on the Down Under corner on the Hard Factor channel, eh? Matthew James Markrow, 35 years old, and his girlfriend, Crystal Marie Sawyer, 23, are on trial for sexual servitude and organized prostitution after getting busted in Brisbane, Queensland, with multiple female sex slaves aged 17 to 24 in their custody. You saw the picture that Bubba popped up. It's a picture of this dickhead just, showing off his neck tattoo in a nice Facebook selfie. Hey, that's Matthew Markrow.
He had a lot of product in his hair, didn't he?
Oh, lots of gel, mate. Hey, tons of gel. The girls...
Vegemite.
Yeah. The girls weren't given Vegemite, unfortunately. They were given drugs. Forced drugs and forced to film pornographic films and complete sex work tasks, jobs, you see, on the Johns. They were even branded, some of them, with property of Matt M. tattoos.
Oh, no.
You see? Yes, 17 to 24 years old, so some are minors, fellas.
Well, this idiot was always going to get caught.
Matt M. Did he run out of money? He just he abbreviated his last. If you're going that far, property of Matt, just finish your fucking last name.
Well, that's why he's got plausible deniability, Pat. He goes,
Right,
it could have been any Matt M.
exactly.
Any Matt M. Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of Matt M's out there in Brisbane, fellas, unfortunately. Also, the girlfriend has been granted bail, despite concerns that she will definitely keep the business running in Matt's absence because, you see, the girlfriend was definitely helping the business to run. Yet, she's going back to the house with the girls who's got the jobs and the tattoos. Okay, not great news from Down Under. In a spot of good news. A smart young woman in the Sydney area got rescued from the trunk of a car after she punched the taillight out last week. So, she had been stabbed and everything and abducted, of course. But she did get away from the trunk, fellas. So not many bright stories from Down Under today. Thank you for Charles and
Did they get the guy who put her in the trunk?
Yes, I believe they did. I believe that the Aussie boys in blue grabbed those blokes and put them behind bars. Yeah.
Good.
Amazing. Are you gonna be able to? Are you gonna do the Down Under with the Kegel on if your Bruce Arians look goes through?
Ooh, Bruce Australian Bruce Arians sounds electric. Yeah. Absolutely.
Nice. All right, guys. This one is going to go down as an all-time bad day in the history of bad days for one New Jersey man. I mean, any day where you die is, for most people, their worst day. But this poor guy is setting a new bar. So, in the midst of the snowstorms that have been beating down the Northeast, this past Wednesday, some drivers tried to test out their badass all-terrain vehicles, like this guy did with his mighty Mazda CX-5.
Oh no!
No offense, Mark. He headed up to Lawson.
You bastard.
How deep was the snow?
Mark's a Mazda guy.
the all-wheel drive CX-5 is only working in like 6 inches or less. Of snow.
He was in feet. So he headed up.
That must have been feet. The Mazda's good car. Must have been feet.
So he headed up to Lawson Sloat Creek Park, just north of New York City, and wouldn't you know, he got his off-road powerhouse stuck in a snow embankment. The Little Ferry Police Department responded to the stuck driver and found 62-year-old.
It's not nice to call him that.
I thought you were talking about drivers and Mazdas again. Little Ferry. Jesus.
No, Ferry.
The Little Ferry got his little car stuck in the snow again.
Wes, I know that they're not doing great work down there, but we're more progressive show than that.
You're right. I'm sorry.
These fairies with their Mazdas and their cats.
Damn it.
Yeah, so the Little Ferry Police Department responded to the stuck driver and found 62-year-old revving the fuck out of that four-cylinder engine, desperately trying to free himself. Officers yelled to the driver to stop, but the man, feeling that little give each time, became convinced that more revving would do the trick. So when officers went back to their vehicles to call a tow truck, they heard a loud pop, and that pop was the engine exploding, and in a matter of seconds, the car was on fire. They tried to rescue the man, but the doors were locked, and by the time they got the window broken, the car was engulfed in flames and smoke, and they had to retreat helpless.
Wes,
He died in the car.
Wes, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, the reason I told
this second, you did this on Friday. You did the snow shovel death.
He played the whole video.
It
was disturbing.
Snow again.
Wes.
Listen, the reason I told this horrible story is I think that many of us have been in this poor man's situation, whether it be mud or snow. Word to the wise, after about
Don't
the
explode
100th
your
attempt.
engine in your face.
You've shoveled before, right?
Yeah, just don't do this, okay? This is a PSA.
Of all the news that you could pick, you always pick these dark, fucked up stories.
That's because I read them and I can't be alone in them.
I was going to say. I was gonna say, let's not forget Wes started the show with the DUI and the 2 5-year-olds getting
There's a girl in critical condition. There's a guy that blew up his car and he burned alive.
You're doing a lot of PSAs today.
Yeah, I gotta stop reading them. Otherwise, if I don't read them, I won't share them with you. But
Don't
I can't.
forget, if you're ever pulled over on the side of the road, don't forget, if you're ever stuck in a snowbank.
That's right. Just wait for help.
Terror's gonna strike at any second. This is a PSA from Wes.
Get those carries out of there.
Anything can happen out there, guys. So, hey, you know what's better than being stuck in the snow in a Mazda CX-5?
A lot of things.
Consolidating your debt with Lightstream. How much money? How much money are you paying in interest on your credit cards every month? Too much, is my guess. Then why not consolidate your credit cards in just 1 month, one payment at a lower fixed rate, and start saving money? Literally, one of the easiest things you can do to save money if you have credit card debt is consolidate them. It's easy with the credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream. Rates start at just 5.95 APR with auto pay and excellent credit, much lower than the national
Rates
average.
to die for.
That's right, Nash. Yeah. Much lower than the national average interest rate on credit cards, lower than 18% APR. Get a loan from $5,000 to $100,000 with no fees. You can get your money as soon as the day you apply. Just for our listeners, apply now to get a special interest rate discount and save even more. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/factor. lightstream.com/factor. Seriously, it is one of the easiest ways to save some money is consolidate your credit cards.
You're a member, are you not?
Yeah, I absolutely am. I consolidated 2 of those bastards.
Getting out of debt, so key for your personal financial health. So
Step 1.
And if all you're doing is making the little small monthly payments on these things, you're not getting anywhere. So just consolidate them at a much lower rate. You'll do yourself a favor.
You can finally buy that CX-5.
That's right.
Save up.
Yeah.
The nickname for that car is the Coffin.
Yeah, that is the nickname actually.
Yeah.
No.
Subject to credit approval, rates range from 5.95 APR to 19.99 APR and include 0.5% auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/factor for more information.
All right, listen up, lonely cat owners. Guys, Valentine's Day is coming up, and for most of us, that means celebrating your loved one. For some, it means celebrating their cat and their vibrator while lamenting their former loved one. And for those folks,
which can be just as fun,
it can be just as fun.
More
Lexington,
fun, really.
Kentucky Humane Society has
single
something
people
for
definitely
you.
have more fun.
Yeah, calm it down, Wes. We already went over your dark times. Okay, calm it down.
Well, yeah, guys, if you lost a loved one and you love cats, the Lexington Humane Society for $10 donation will write your ex's name on one of their litter boxes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so then you can watch them shit on your ex's name.
That's healthy.
Yep, they said in their Facebook
I hope
post.
somebody pays like $600 and just has them all named Steve.
He just takes up the whole Steve, buys all the squares. Steve M. They wrote on a Facebook page, guys, our adoptable kitties, that's the idea, right? Have your back and will dump all over your ex. Cats can be spiteful creatures, and trust us, they are more than happy to take a number 2 on your former number 1. If you want to take part in, I love the name of this, Dumps for the Dumped promotion.
Perfect.
Yeah, donate $10 to the Lexington Humane Society's Facebook page. You can leave a comment or send them a DM with whatever name.
What if someone catches on to this? You think they break into the person's house and get rid of the litter box?
No.
Taking back my litter box.
No, it's at the
humane. Well, then they break into the shelter.
You do like a wall of
of
like somebody's name.
What if they break into the shelter and get rid of their litter box?
Yeah, after
they're
they
pissed.
get back together.
Yeah.
It's like remember the zoo did the cockroaches too, where you could name a cockroach and then get
eat
it
'em.
fed. Yeah,
Get it
The
fed to-
snake or
This is
whatever.
snakes or lizards or whatever. Yeah.
This is a great promotion, and the post didn't have that much love on it, honestly. 426 shares, 155 comments. That's really good for Lexington Humane Society, but not quite viral yet. But hopefully they'll get a lot of adoptions out of it.
No, it's good too.
And they got some time too.
It's give them the money. They need the.
They've only raised
supplies.
$1,000.
No,
so.
we need to give them more money. It's the bottom line is those animals need.
Who do we really hate
The
that we
supplies.
get their
100
names
names.
shit on in Lexington?
I mean, all it's doing is giving people they're like instead of doing this, they're just gonna go dump a bunch of shit on their ex's doorstep now. It's like they're in Lexington, they're gonna take it to the next level.
That's what they should start doing, is selling pre-boxed boxes.
They'll
of cat
actually
shit.
light the fucking
Yeah.
shit on fire
Right.
on the door of the
Right.
ex for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us some advice on who's wronged Hard Factor, and then we'll pay for a couple of
If
these.
Matt Gates doesn't get unmad at us about calling him horny,
See, this
he
is
could-
why
he
I
could
think
end
we
up
could
on a cat litter.
there you go.
sell our pubes. This is why, like, you know what I'm saying? I still think the mailing of the pubes in an envelope is the best.
One of my favorite.
People don't
One of
know
my
what it
favorite
is when they
theories
get
that
it.
we
They'll
have.
don't know immediately. They're
practice,
like, look at this
yeah.
crinkly hair.
It is a lot of
It's a
DNA.
pube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's to say that you didn't do it because you thought they loved pubes?
You can write Matt. You can write property of Matt M on it. And then you
Yeah,
send
man.
it.
Could have been any madam.
All right, guys. I don't think there's going to be a season 2 of Cheer on Netflix. Did you guys watch that show about the competitive cheerleading squad from Navarro College, which is
Fucking
near Dallas?
Loved it. And
Right.
shout out my girl Erin Patrick, who was the DP on it. When I met Erin, she was like, "I'm going to go to California. I want to learn about the camera department." Bam! Turn around. She DP'd Cheer. So
That's
proud.
awesome. She's not going to be able to do season 2. Everyone else saw it too, right? Did you see it?
Did not see it.
Okay. Well, remember
Not gonna,
remember
but-
Jerry? Remember Jerry? He was so inspirational, so full of energy. Everyone loved Jerry, right? He was a little bit
Everyone
chubby.
loved
He
him.
made the squad eventually. Sorry, I'm giving away a little bit of plot, but everyone loved Jerry, right?
Jerry,
Look, he
looked
lost a
very
bunch
nice.
of weight. Look at him.
Yeah. Well, don't love him because he's a child rapist. We found that out like 6 to 10 months ago, and now it turns out 2 of his teammates are accused of fucking kids too. So that would bring it to almost half the team at Navarro is pedophiles.
Oh, so they're just horrible humans.
Yeah,
And then
what the
but
fuck
they were
is going
given
on
millions
over
of dollars by Netflix. This is
Yeah.
becoming a trend.
Season 2's
Which were
canceled,
they?
literally. What the fuck is Coach Monica doing over there? Turning a blind eye when the kids come in to watch her squad? Like, I don't understand.
How naive are the Netflix fucking content buyers? Like they are buying like the shadiest films and
They're
then
not
acting
buying
like,
this, Will. They're producing it.
well, yeah, whatever. They're morons. They're getting conned by people, obviously, because constantly they're giving money to terrible people. And
Are you trying to make it? You're trying to draw a through line here for them acquiring cuties, but then
cuties and
producing.
this?
Exactly
yeah,
what
I
he's
mean,
doing,
It's
yeah.
stacking
Yeah, everyone
up.
saw it. It wasn't that far of a stretch. Let me break down the allegations for you. Jerry Harris, one of the main stars of the show of Cheer, was accused of soliciting porn videos and images to 2 14-year-old boys that looked up to him. Then one of the boys in September added that Jerry solicited him for oral sex in the bathroom during a cheer competition they both attended. Jerry started hitting the boys up on Instagram and Snapchat when he was 19 and they were 13. He allegedly asked them for nudes, sent his own nudes, of course, and then got pushy when one kid didn't want to send him back. So yeah, Jerry's a monster considering he admitted to investigators he had solicited and received nude pictures from 10 to 15 other people he knew were minors, and then he admitted to having oral and anal sex with a 15-year-old boy in the summer of 2018. So
Not good for Jerry.
Jerry's canceled.
Or those kids.
Yeah, Jerry's over.
Yeah,
So
he's
yeah,
way.
let's get to the new
More
accusations.
Ellen for Jerry.
Yeah, no more Ellen for Jerry. So let's get to the new accusations. These two guys. That both,
He's getting mad when they don't send the nudes back.
yeah, he's getting pushy. You saw those two guys, Bubba, just put up?
Yeah.
Those guys don't look, no, they do look pretty gross, and they are. Mitchell Ryan and Robert Joseph Scianna were arrested this past Wednesday. Scianna is a 2-time world champion cheerleader and 25-year-old piece of shit who appeared on one episode of Cheer. He was arrested in Virginia after soliciting sex from a juvenile online through a social media platform, according to Chesterfield County Police.
Oh,
He-
he's like an internet creep.
Yeah, he arranged to meet a juvenile he was chatting with on social media to have him come over and have sex with him, which happened, I guess.
Like Chris Hansen is a To Catch a Predator style.
Yeah, but they didn't catch him in time. They eventually caught him. So not great, Scianna, and not great Navarro College, right? Ryan, who was 23, the other guy, and was on the whole season of Cheer, was arrested by police in Coppell, Texas, on a charge of aggravated assault of a child and released on $50,000 bond. Not many details were available on that case, but it sounds like he was pulling the Navarro special, which is where you put your adult penis in or near a young boy that idolizes you's face or buttocks.
And then you beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That's it's the JUCO special, really. What was it? Was it? I'm just kidding. JUCOs are fine. Institutions. Is season 2 really canceled?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because they have 3
what a
pedophiles
shame.
on the squad.
What a shame.
And that's going to do it for
quality
Hard
program.
Factor. Can
Great
I get
show.
Can I get a G? Can I get an R? Can I get an O? Can I get an S? And can I get another S? Gross. You guys are gross at tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Yeah, I mean, please leave us a 5-star review. We will read it as it was evidenced on last Friday. We had a lot of fun with that. It also helps us with the algorithms. If you tell people to download our show, when you download our show, that helps us get the word across. So please continue to do that. At the end of this song, check out our stereo ad. And yeah, and most importantly, have a great fucking day.